Have you ever walked into your home and felt overwhelmed by the clutter, wondering if you'll ever create that peaceful oasis you've dreamed of in your retirement years? What if I told you that after 7 years of decluttering at the Senior Nest, we've uncovered 3 game-changing lessons that not only simplify your space, but also heal your heart and boost your energy? Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to transform your home into a joyful sanctuary, and I'll share a secret tip that could change everything for you. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. It's never just stuff. Have you ever held onto a faded scarf, a chipped mug, or an old photo album, feeling a pang in your heart at the thought of letting it go? At the Senior Nest, we've spent years helping seniors like you transform their homes, and here's the profound truth we've uncovered. Those items aren't just clutter, they're chapters of your life, woven with memories, emotions, and meaning. Decluttering isn't about tossing things out, it's about honoring who you've been while making room for who you are now. Why is this so powerful? Because when you embrace the stories behind your belongings, you turn decluttering into a healing journey that frees your space, lifts your spirit, and even boosts your health. Let's explore why this matters, how it works, and the life-changing benefits it brings. The emotional weight of everyday items. Picture that old rocking chair in your living room. To someone else, it's just wood and fabric, but to you, it might be where you read bedtime stories to your kids or shared quiet mornings with your spouse. For seniors, these connections run deep. Your home is a museum of your life's joys, losses, and triumphs. Ignoring those emotions can make decluttering feel like a battle, leaving you drained or guilty. But when you pause to acknowledge the story behind each item, you unlock a compassionate way to let go without losing the memory. This approach reduces stress, which studies show can lower blood pressure and improve mental clarity, especially vital as we age. Consider Margaret, an 82-year-old we worked with at the Senior Nest. Her attic was filled with boxes of her children's school projects, scribbled drawings, report cards, even a lopsided clay pot from 3rd grade. "These are my kids' childhoods," she said, her voice trembling. Instead of pushing her to purge, we sat together and sorted through one box at a time. Margaret shared stories of her son's art shows and her daughter's science fairs. We picked one drawing from each child to frame for her hallway, creating a gallery of pride, and donated the rest to a local school's art program. Margaret didn't feel she'd lost her kid's past. She felt she'd honored it, and her attic became a usable space for her yoga practice, boosting her mobility and mood. What's one item in your home that feels heavy with meaning? Maybe it's a sweater you wore on a special trip or a stack of letters from a friend. Take a moment, yes, right now, and think, why does it matter to you? This isn't about guilt, it's about understanding your heart. By giving yourself permission to feel, you're not just decluttering. You're creating a home that supports your emotional well-being, reducing anxiety that can creep up when surrounded by overwhelming stuff. Turning decluttering into a therapeutic ritual. Here's where the magic happens. When you treat decluttering as a ritual of self-care, it becomes a gift to your present and future self. For seniors, this is especially powerful. Your energy and time are precious, and a cluttered home can sap both, making daily tasks like cooking or relaxing harder than they need to be. By honoring the emotions tied to your belongings, you make decisions that align with your current life, creating a space that's easier to navigate and maintain. This can mean fewer trips over misplaced items, less time cleaning, and more moments for hobbies or time with loved ones. Let's talk about James, a 76-year-old retiree who struggled with a closet full of his late wife's dresses. "She loved these," he whispered, holding a floral dress she wore to their anniversary dinners. The closet was so full he couldn't find his own clothes, adding stress to his mornings. We suggested a memory ritual. James chose one dress to keep, draping it over a chair in his bedroom as a tribute. For the rest, he invited his daughter to pick a few, and the others were donated to a charity supporting women in need. James later told us, It felt like I was sharing her love, not giving it away. His closet became functional, and he started his days with less frustration, even reporting better sleep, a common benefit when clutter no longer looms. Try this. Pick one sentimental item and write down its story in a small notebook. Maybe it's a teacup from your mother or a trophy from your bowling league. Ask, does keeping this bring me joy or does it weigh me down? If it's the latter, consider a creative way to honor it, like turning a single teacup into a candle holder or donating the trophy to a community center. This process isn't just about space. It's about mental freedom, letting you focus on what makes you thrive today, like enjoying a clear living room for morning stretches or hosting friends without embarrassment. The ripple effect of emotional decluttering. The benefits of this lesson go beyond a tidy home. They touch every part of your life as a senior. Emotionally, you'll feel lighter, as letting go with intention reduces the guilt or sadness that can linger. Physically, a less cluttered home means safer spaces, lowering the risk of falls, a critical concern, as falls are a leading cause of injury for those over 65. Mentally, a calmer environment can ease anxiety and improve focus, making it easier to enjoy activities like reading or gardening. At TheSeniorNest, we've seen clients transform from overwhelmed to empowered, simply by respecting the stories their stuff tells. Take Dorothy, a 71-year-old who held onto her husband's old record collection, even though she hadn't played them in years. The records took up half her living room, making it hard to host her book club. They were his passion, she said, worried letting go meant disrespecting him. We proposed a legacy project. Dorothy picked 3 records to frame as wall art, capturing her husband's love for jazz. The rest went to a local music school where students could enjoy them. Her living room became a welcoming space, and Dorothy felt proud, not pained. She even started dancing to music again, saying it brought back her husband's spirit in a new way. Her book club now meets comfortably, and Dorothy's energy levels have soared, thanks to a home that feels like hers. What's the one thing in your home you're hesitant to touch? Imagine how it would feel to honor its story while freeing up space for your current joys. Maybe a clear table for puzzles or a cozy nook for your grandkids. This lesson isn't about erasing your past. It's about curating a home that celebrates your life today, giving you more energy, safety, and peace. At TheSeniorNest, we believe decluttering with compassion is like tending a garden. You prune to let new growth shine, creating a space that nurtures your soul. Lesson 2: Decluttering is a lifelong journey. Have you ever cleared out a closet, felt like you deconquered the world, only to find a new pile of stuff sneaking back a month later? If that sounds familiar, here's a liberating truth we've learned at TheSeniorNest after years of helping seniors create peaceful homes. Decluttering isn't a one-and-done task. It's a lifelong journey, like tending a garden that keeps blooming with your care. For seniors, embracing this mindset transforms decluttering from a daunting chore into an empowering habit that saves energy, boosts confidence, and makes your home a haven for your golden years. Why does this matter? Because accepting decluttering as part of life means you'll master it, live lighter, and have more time for what truly matters, like sipping coffee with friends or enjoying a quiet afternoon nap. Let's dive into how this works, why it's exciting, and the incredible benefits it brings. Embracing decluttering as a lifelong adventure. Think of your home as a living space that evolves with you. As a senior, your needs change. Maybe you're downsizing, or maybe your energy for cleaning isn't what it used to be. The beauty of seeing decluttering as a lifelong journey is that it takes the pressure off. You don't need to declutter everything today, tomorrow, or even this year. Instead, you build small, sustainable habits that keep your home manageable and joyful. This approach is a game changer. It reduces the overwhelm that can spike stress hormones, which doctors warn can affect heart health, and it gives you control over your space, boosting your sense of independence. Let's meet Barbara, a 73-year-old retired librarian we worked with at TheSeniorNest. Her kitchen counters were buried under stacks of old magazines, cookbooks, and gadgets she hadn't used in years. "I thought I'd declutter once and be done," she laughed, "but life keeps adding stuff." We introduced her to the Sunday Spark routine, 10 minutes every Sunday to tackle one small area like a single drawer. Barbara started with her utensil drawer, keeping only the tools she loved for baking her passion. The rest went to a community kitchen. Over months, her kitchen became a breeze to navigate, and she started hosting baking classes for her grandkids. "It's like I got my spark back," she said. "What's one small spot in your home you could tackle for 10 minutes this week?" Imagine how it would feel to open that drawer or shelf and see only what you love. This mindset shift is thrilling because it's not about perfection, it's about progress. For seniors, this means less time wrestling with clutter and more time for hobbies, family, or rest. Plus, regular decluttering can improve air quality by reducing dust, which is vital for respiratory health as we age. By making decluttering a habit, you're not just organizing, you're investing in a lifestyle that keeps you vibrant. Becoming a gatekeeper of your space. Here's where the journey gets even more exciting. When you accept that decluttering is ongoing, you become a gatekeeper of what enters your home. Every item you allow in is a choice. Does it add joy or does it add work? For seniors, this is a superpower. By being intentional, you save money, reduce cleaning time, and avoid the mental fatigue of managing too much stuff. This selective mindset also fosters mindfulness, which research shows can enhance mental clarity and reduce anxiety, especially in your later years. Consider Frank, an 80-year-old widower who moved into a condo after decades in a large house. His new space was small, but he kept bringing in free furniture from neighbors thinking it might be useful. Soon, his living room felt cramped, making it hard to move safely, a real concern for fall prevention. We helped Frank adopt the one-in, one-out rule. For every new item, something else leaves. He decided to keep a sturdy recliner that supported his back and donated an extra table to a senior center. "I'm pickier now," Frank grinned, "and my home feels like mine." His condo is now a cozy retreat where he hosts poker nights, and he moves around with ease, reducing physical strain. Try this pro tip. Next time you're tempted to keep a just-in-case item, ask yourself, will this make my life easier in the next 6 months? If not, let it go, donate, gift, or recycle. For seniors, this means fewer items to dust, trip over, or stress about, leaving you with a home that supports your health and happiness. Imagine the freedom of walking into a room that feels light and intentional. Doesn't that sound worth it? The joy of mastering decluttering. The best part of this lifelong journey, you get really good at it. Like learning to dance or cook, practice makes decluttering second nature. At TheSeniorNest, we've seen seniors go from feeling buried under clutter to becoming decluttering pros, confidently sorting through their homes with ease. This mastery builds self-esteem, reduces decision fatigue, and creates a ripple effect. A tidier home leads to clearer thinking, better sleep, and more energy for what you love, whether it's gardening, reading, or time with loved ones. Take Helen, a 68-year-old who joined one of our TheSeniorNest workshops. Her garage was a maze of old camping gear and holiday decorations, untouched since her kids moved out. "I'm too old to deal with this," she sighed. We started with a 5-minute blitz. 5 minutes a day to sort one box, focusing on what sparked joy for her current life. Helen found an old lantern from family camping trips and turned it into a porch light, bringing back warm memories without cluttering her space. The rest was donated to a scout group. Within weeks, her garage was clear enough for her to park her car, a first in years. "I feel like I can do anything now," she beamed. Her confidence soared, and she even started a walking routine thanks to the energy saved from less household chaos. Here's a challenge. Pick a tiny decluttering habit, like sorting one shelf every Friday, and stick with it for a month. Track your wins in a notebook or phone app. You'll be amazed at how quickly you become a pro, and your home will feel like a sanctuary, not a storage unit. For seniors, this mastery means safer spaces, fewer tripping hazards, less stress linked to better heart health, and more room for joy, like hosting a game night or simply relaxing without visual overwhelm. Lesson 3. Small steps lead to big wins. Has ever looked at a cluttered basement or a jam-packed pantry and felt like it's too much to handle, especially when your energy isn't what it used to be? Here's a secret we've learned at the SeniorNest after years of helping seniors reclaim their homes. You don't need to conquer the mountain of clutter all at once. Small, steady steps create massive wins that transform your space and your life. For seniors, this approach is a game changer, turning overwhelming tasks into manageable victories that boost your confidence, enhance your safety, and free up time for the things you love, like gardening or sharing stories with grandkids. Why is this so exciting? Because every tiny action you take builds a home that feels like a warm embrace supporting your health and happiness. Let's explore how to make this work, why it's so powerful, and the incredible ripple effects it brings. The power of micro-actions. Imagine trying to lift a heavy box all at once. It's exhausting and risky. Now imagine moving it one item at a time. Suddenly, it's doable. Decluttering works the same way. For seniors where mobility or stamina might be limited, breaking tasks into bite-sized pieces is not just practical, it's revolutionary. Each small step, like clearing one shelf or sorting a single drawer, builds momentum, reduces stress linked to better heart health, and creates safer spaces by clearing pathways, which is critical since falls are a top concern for those over 65. The best part, these micro-actions add up faster than you think, turning chaos into calm without draining your energy. Take George, a 74-year-old retiree we met at the SeniorNest. His dining room was buried under stacks of old newspapers and craft supplies, making it impossible to host his weekly card games. "I want my table back, but it feels like a marathon," he sighed. We introduced the 5-minute sprint, 5 minutes a day to tackle one small pile, starting with the newspapers. George recycled a few at a time, keeping a clipping of his granddaughter's school award to frame. Within 2 weeks, his table was clear, and he hosted his first card game in months, grinning ear to ear. "It was so easy, I wish I'd started sooner," he said. What's one small spot in your home you could spend 5 minutes on today? Picture how it would feel to see it clear. Doesn't that spark a little excitement? This approach is thrilling because it's low pressure and high reward. For seniors, it means less physical strain, fewer overwhelming decisions, and more moments of pride. Plus, a tidier home can improve mental clarity, helping you focus on hobbies or conversations without the distraction of clutter looming in the background. Building momentum with mini wins. Here's where the magic builds. Every small step you take creates a mini win that fuels your motivation. At the SeniorNest, we've seen seniors go from dreading decluttering to celebrating each cleared corner, like earning badges in a game. These mini wins don't just tidy your home, they boost your self-esteem and energy, making daily tasks like cooking or getting dressed easier. For seniors, this momentum is vital. It means a home that's easier to navigate, reducing the risk of trips or falls, and more time for what lights you up, like reading or calling a friend. Consider Ruth, a 69-year-old widow who wanted her guest room ready for her daughter's visit. The room was packed with boxes of old clothes and books from her teaching days, and she felt stuck. "I'm too old for this mess," she laughed nervously. We suggested the one-box challenge. Tackle one box for 10 minutes a day, tracking progress with a simple checklist. Ruth found a scarf she'd worn at her first teaching job and turned it into a pillow cover, sparking joy. The rest of the clothes went to a charity shop and the books to a library. By the end of the month, her guest room was a cozy haven, and Ruth's daughter cried when she saw it. "I did it for her, but it feels like it's for me," Ruth said. Her confidence grew, and she started walking more, energized by her lighter home. What's one mini win you could chase this week? Maybe sorting a single shelf. Imagine the pride you'll feel when it's done. The secret here is to lean into these moments of progress. Keep a small notebook or use your phone to jot down what you've cleared. It's like a victory log that keeps you going. For seniors, this builds resilience, much like gentle exercise strengthens your body and creates a home that supports your independence and joy. The long-term rewards of steady progress. The most exciting part of small steps, they lead to big, lasting changes that reshape your life. At the Senior Nest, we've seen seniors transform their homes and their outlook by chipping away consistently. A less cluttered home means less time cleaning, fewer hazards, and more space for what matters, like hosting family or pursuing a new hobby. Physically, it reduces the risk of injuries, which is crucial as we age. Mentally, it eases anxiety and boosts focus, letting you enjoy your golden years with clarity and calm. Financially, you save money by avoiding unnecessary purchases or storage costs, freeing up funds for experiences like travel or treating grandkids to ice cream. Let's meet Clara, a 77-year-old artist whose studio was overflowing with old paints and canvases, stopping her from creating. "I want to paint again, but this mess overwhelms me," she said. "We started with the daily dab, 10 minutes a day to sort one pile, focusing on what inspired her now." Clara found a set of vibrant paints she'd forgotten and used them to start a new piece, while donating dried-up tubes to an art school. She tracked her progress with colorful stickers, making it fun. In 6 weeks, her studio was a creative oasis, and Clara hosted a small art show for her neighbors. "I feel 20 years younger," she beamed. Her home became safer, with clear floors for her walker, and her renewed passion for art lifted her spirits, even easing her arthritis pain through creative movement. What's a big win you're dreaming of for your home? Could a small step today get you closer? This lesson is a gift that keeps giving. By focusing on progress, not perfection, you create a home that feels like a sanctuary, not a storage unit. Try setting a timer for 5 minutes and decluttering one small area, maybe your bedside table or a kitchen counter. Each step is a victory, building a space that supports your health, safety, and joy. At the Senior Nest, we believe small steps are like planting seeds, nurture them, and you'll grow a home that blooms with peace and possibility. There you have it, the 3 powerhouse lessons from 7 years at the Senior Nest. Honor the stories in your stuff, embrace decluttering as a lifelong friend, and trust that small steps create massive peace. Your home isn't just walls. It's your nest for thriving in these golden years. Now here's your VIP challenge. Pick one lesson and apply it this week. Share in the comments what you decluttered and how it felt. For an exclusive guide with printable trackers and senior-friendly checklists, grab it free in the description. If this sparked something in you, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We've got more life-changing tips coming. What's your biggest decluttering hurdle? Tell us below and see you in the next video.